your microphone.
Hello, everyone. This is Teens Discuss. I am Nick, and I'm here with my co-host,
Grace.
Matrix.
Lucas.
And today, Teens Discuss. Fuck. We forgot to discuss. Oh, wait, we're discussing reopening. And Teens Discuss opening.
Okay, well, we did pretty good.
All right.
We did good, but I forgot.
Do we want to keep this recording? Do you want to keep
can
going?
always
or-
keep it.
Keep it for bloopers.
All right. I'll
Yeah.
just bleep everything. So.
Cut it.
Yeah,
No,
I'll-
we
I'll-
can't.
I'll just
leave
cut
anything.
stuff.
Just don't put this on.
All right. Yeah. All right. I'll start us off.
Yeah, please do.
Okay. Hi, and welcome to the Teens Discuss podcast. I am Lucas, and today I'm joined by,
Nick.
Grace.
Matrix.
and we'll be discussing restaurants and should they open or close. So I'll start off with my starting opinion. I don't know. I don't really have a complete full opinion, and I believe that restaurants should start opening again, but with some restrictions. Can we get Nick's opinion?
We should have closed down when we had the chance at the start of the year, but since our economy is in the gutters, we have to open. Grace?
Oh, well, personally, I think that they should reopen, but with, restrictions. Like, you have to wear a mask, and you can order online if you need to, to keep everybody safe.
Matrix?
Don't open. It's not time for people to be coughing on my food.
I completely
Because
understand that.
if y'all cough on my food, then I catch corona.
Yeah.
And if I catch corona and I find out who you did it to,
And then we're all
Who you
gonna
did
die.
it?
we're going to have a problem.
Yeah, because we all go to school
Not
together,
trying
so.
to die.
Because if one person at school gets
Everybody.
corona, it's going to be an outbreak. So, personally...
Grace, why don't you give your experience with Corona, seeming as you had it?
Well, the symptoms weren't as bad as they're, portrayed on the television and news. But I'm also rather healthy compared to other people.
But would you want it again? If
I
you-
would not want it again
Oh,
because...
There we go.
Who would?
Can you explain your situation and how fast it spread?
So, my dad's boss's daughter works at a hospital, and she got it from one of her patients, and they had a 4th of July party with 70 people. See where
Wow.
this is going.
Yeah, that's.
And they
smart.
gave it to everybody at that party, including my dad's boss.
My
And
Fourth of
he
July
came
was
to
only
work-
10 people. Jeez.
He came to work with COVID and gave it to my father, which he came home and gave it to me and my mother.
Wow, that seems like it spread really fast and quite extravagant. So, wouldn't you want to be very scared about it spreading later in the future?
Yeah, it's honestly kind of terrifies me because we have the most cases in any country ever. So,
Because our president's an idiot.
I mean, that's your opinion. You're gonna have to
Based.
keep it to yourself on that one, my guy. But yeah, so we kind of got Grace's backstory on this situation. Does anyone else have reasoning behind their situation and their story?
Okay, so I'm a logic guy. So I look at statistics, and people say COVID is not as bad as, I forgot what it's called, the flu. I checked the flu death per year. It's 80,000 with vaccine. Ours, per year. In COVID so far, half a year, has 160,000 people. So let's take that, divide by 2 if we have a vaccine ready. So that's 80,000 half of a year. So that's still times 2 of what the flu does. So it's more dangerous than the flu.
well,
well-
obviously it's going to be more dangerous than the
Yeah,
flu
it's a coronavirus.
until we get a vaccine.
Okay,
and
I
we don't
get
even
that.
know if we can use a vaccine yet.
Right.
So.
The most efficient vaccine that we've seen currently, and now we're actually just getting on directly into COVID instead of restaurants, but that's okay. We can go from topic to topic.
Yeah.
It's all related, so.
Yeah, it's all related. It's all good. So, well, I'm actually looking at my audio right now, making sure that it's working and doing pretty good, and luckily it is. So, someone help me. I forgot what I was talking about.
COVID.
We're talking about COVID.
We were
and
talking about
restaurants.
schools opening. I mean,
We were talking about
restaurants
rest-
opening, and then we
We
went on
just
to
talked
COVID.
about this,
Guys.
Nick. What's going on?
I don't know.
I'm supposed to be copied.
You're a bunch of.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the president? Because Nick mentioned him.
No.
No.
And how
Let's
he
save that
dealt
for
with
later.
COVID.
No, we're saving that for
We're
later.
gonna say
Yeah,
that
later.
for
Can we have a
another
whole
discussion.
episode?
Yeah,
Cause
We can have a
You
whole
Trump
episode on
supporters
that.
Coming for
We're gonna have a
me
whole
either.
episode.
So
of Trump versus-
I'm actually I think we should open, but I definitely think we should have restrictions. We should definitely have restrictions.
Okay,
If we don't
this-
have restrictions, that's the
It should be a
dumbest thing
requirement
ever.
to wear masks.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, not
No.
sorry, but
I-
it
But what about
protects
the
everybody.
people who
Well,
can't breathe in
They
masks?
shouldn't be
I
allowed
can.
out.
I
They
have
should not be
asthma.
allowed
I
outside.
can
They
breathe
get it,
perfectly
they
Grace,
die.
Grace has asthma, and I have running induced asthma. So whenever I do any sort of exercise, I get asthma. So, and I don't have a problem with breathing with a mask on. So for people who complain, like today, I went to go to Walmart to pick up the microphones for this podcast.
Wait a second. Why you make it seem like you the only one who went? We all went with you.
No,
in that
no,
cramped
before,
car.
before.
Ah,
Yeah, so we did actually go. We actually made another trip
That's
afterwards.
my bad.
So nah, it's all right.
it's Nick's dad.
So when I
but
was
it's
in,
okay.
so when I went to Walmart earlier in the day, there was this old woman saying, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe."
She should not be allowed out because if she gets it, she has
Right.
a higher likelihood.
But
of dying.
who's gonna
Aren't-
shop for her?
Right. So
Online shopping?
yeah, honestly, she should have just ordered online
She doesn't
shopping.
know how
Yeah.
to do that.
Can't you
don't
order
worry
from the Walmart app and they'll bring it down to you?
Yeah, that's
Well,
Then
exactly
why?
what she should have
I
done.
don't.
And so she got in with the mask on, and then she was taking off, saying, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe." Which, have you guys seen that video of this guy smoking a pack of cigarettes and then running a mile
Yeah,
with a
that guy
9
with, like,
mask
10
on?
masks, yeah.
Yeah, 9 mask on,
He's
and
perfectly
then
fine.
he was
And
perfectly
he had
fine.
asthma.
Right. So, which completely shows that no,
Those people are
masks don't suffocate you.
Wait a second.
You're just kinda
but
being a baby.
Was he young?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has
Exactly, but
asthma.
she-
He has asthma, health
Yeah.
condition.
Yeah, but the
And he
difference
smoked a
is
pack of
that-
He
cigarettes.
poked a smack,
But old people,
a
they're
pack of
immune.
cigarettes.
He had asthma?
Yeah,
understand
let's hear what Matrix
I
has to
understand
say.
the asthma, like it's severe and stuff, but old people also have a low immune system.
Yeah.
That's what people are failing to realize. Like, old people cannot breathe, they cannot function as
Can I
well
say
as
something?
they used to as a young kid. So I'm saying, like, when they're not being able to breathe, they're already having to have oxygen stuff. So it's like, I kind of understand where the old people coming from, but at the same time, stay your old ass home.
For
I
real,
mean,
like
it's that simple.
Yeah.
I don't understand how old people are usually the ones who don't wear masks. Like, girl, that's
They
suicide.
claim to be pro life, right?
Yeah,
But then
most-
they
Let's
Where
not
are we
get
going?
onto
Where are we going on pro-life and
Exactly.
elderly people? There's no statistic that shows elderly people are more likely to be pro-life.
they have more conservative values. Is
Right.
what he's trying to say, because the older generations, they were mostly
we were born to
conservative.
tolerate other people.
Our generation is the most politically diverse, according to statistics.
We were.
so-
Born
I would
to
agree on that.
Tolerate others.
I mean, look at us. I'm very centrist. You guys
Yeah,
are
I'm a
left,
pure
and Matrix
leftist.
has no idea what the hell he's doing.
Me and Nick are extremely left, and the rest of you guys, I don't know.
I
what
don't
you
You're
guys
care.
more right, right?
I'm more
Your
center.
political
I have
compass
no
has a
idea
centrist
what
right.
this means.
Right.
And
So I'm
Matrix
I'm pretty
is
reasonable.
politics.
Matrix
I'm
is
not
just
gonna
chilling.
Take a test because I don't care.
You probably wouldn't understand the words.
The only
anyway.
test that Matrix is ever gonna take is a drug test.
And the only other
What is that
test
supposed
you're
to
gonna
mean?
take is
Yeah,
a
what test?
kindergarten spelling bee.
Oh, he did
Obviously
take that
cannot
test.
spell
The only
shit.
test
Alright,
I'm gonna
off
take is
topic.
if I have my papers.
Sitting over there looking like a carton of milk.
I like how we're going on jokes now, but still, this podcast is going out pretty great.
Yeah.
No, you know what else I feel like with restaurants?
What?
If we already have people back there with masks on, and we have people that are inside with masks on, I don't understand why we can't sit at a table. If we already have masks on,
Okay. Yeah.
The germs
long
stay
as
in
they
the
just-
air, and
but
when
you're
you're
in a
eating, you
close
have your
space.
mask
if
off.
You should-
somebody
you-
does
okay,
eat
so-
in there,
alright.
they should immediately
Let's-
go and sanitize that area, and then the next people can sit.
I think the tables should be 12 feet apart. Like,
Yeah.
they shouldn't be 6 feet apart because when you're bringing food and stuff
6
and
feet
it's
apart
And
is
plus,
the
whenever
minimum,
you
too.
go
Right,
out to
I
a
think you
restaurant,
should-
There's
right.
more than one person.
And if you want to take your mask off, it should be 12 feet.
Yeah.
So I think it should be 12 feet
Because the
apart from
germs
each
can
table.
stay in the air, and then you can inhale that, or it can touch your
Because
food
you're in
and
a
you
closed
can eat it.
space.
Right. So like
True.
I think you should be at least 12 feet apart when you're in a restaurant.
That's
and with
what
your
I'm
mask
scared
off.
about. Like, what are we gonna do during winter? Because nobody's
Right.
gonna want to be outside with the cold temperatures. Everybody's gonna be
That's probably
inside.
That's
But
probably the best.
That's probably the best situation.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but think about it. Like, you're in a hot environment with a bunch of people, and even though they may not have corona, they're still sick at some point. Some people are some sick,
since the winter is
and
The flu
plus people
season.
get cold.
Right. I
That's flu
love
season.
the winter, you know, guys.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I
I'm
love
a winter
winter, too.
baby. Sagittarius over here. I mean, come on.
I'm a Capricorn.
what
Why are we
Lucas?
talking about signs? Because I have no idea what I am.
Because we don't care. Because we
Because-
have
Do you
our
guys
own-
believe that signs
No.
Yes, I
determine
do. I believe
who
in
you
my
find your
zodiac
partner
sign. I don't
is
believe
and
Well,
in
how you-
technically, I'm
how
a
you
Christian,
act?
so I shouldn't be believing in astrological signs,
You're a
but
Christian.
it's
believe in
What are
enjoying.
you? What's your religion?
I don't have one.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm just neutral. I go with the flow. I really don't care. I don't
Good.
believe in something.
That's pretty cool.
I'm
Yeah.
not finna go off of if I
Based.
do one wrong thing, I'm immediately cursed for the rest of my life. No,
Alright.
if I
Yeah.
make a mistake, I just gotta learn from it. I'm not finna
Back to
none of that. But other than that,
Let's
Alright,
go back
let's
to
go
COVID.
back to the food. I also feel like if they do open back up restaurants, I feel like they should only have a certain amount of people in there.
Yeah.
Not like just it should be overcrowded with people.
You know how many
That's just asking for COVID.
you know, older people are gonna be mad if you can't eat inside because of like winter and stuff. They're gonna be
You're right.
that will actually cause protests.
Right. I definitely think we should open up some restaurants. Like, let's think about the economy of it. Like, we all know Jesse, right?
Yes.
We all know Jesse. Jesse's
Our
Oh,
viewers
for
don't.
Yes, I do.
It
yeah,
doesn't matter.
they're not making that much money, you know, and they kind of need the restaurant to open and for the buffet to open.
But Trump,
They be
right?
food
Trump,
do be good.
Trump pretended to give a small business fund of $600 billion, right? Or was it million?
I'm
I'm
pretty
not
sure it was billion.
Okay, whatever. 600 something million billion. I don't care. To small businesses to help them stay alive after, but he just gave that away to people in his cabinet.
I'm not so aware of that, so I'm not really gonna talk on that. But I do know that Jesse's family did receive some sort of compensation.
Okay, but in
I love
Trump's
Jesse.
defense, in his sort of defense, they should have had a small fund to keep themselves going if in case they had to shut down
But
for
how
any reason.
did they?
Correct.
But how would they have known? Like, I
No.
understand what you're saying, but at the same time,
Didn't we have a pandemic team
Sometime-
that he fired?
But
Yeah.
think about it.
No, but
They
no.
probably do have a fund.
like
though.
every person who pays rent, they should have a 6 month
Holy
cash surplus.
shit, we can't do that.
What?
Let's think about it.
Aren't we
They
already
should
in
save a
debt?
small portion of their salary just in case something bad happens
Everyone
and they
should
get laid
always.
off.
Here's my opinion. Everyone should always save.
Yeah.
Okay. Like we need to encourage safer spending so that when shit like this happens,
We're fine.
yeah.
But I feel like
Personally, I think we should tax the rich.
I understand saving, but at the same time, if you die and then all that money's just there, what are you gonna do with it?
Yeah.
I feel like at least spend money, but just don't overdo it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get that.
Because if you're gonna overdo it, then what's gonna happen?
Because look at America right now. We're in $20 trillion in debt now.
yeah.
We're spending way more money than we're making, which is
Right.
terrible.
What
Which
you talking about? I don't
and
make no money.
that's all it comes down to taxes and how are we
Yeah.
gonna do that.
Well,
So,
that's
but
a
that's
different
a different topic. And
For a
considering
different
that
day,
we're
yeah.
on tax, you guys keep saying tax the rich, and I
I
think it's
agree.
hilarious.
Else
It's
I
because
feel like-
Okay, wait.
they have
Controversial
lower tax
topic.
rates than us.
Bezos does not need $132 billion.
what is
Just
a
saying.
pay?
I'll give my opinion on it when this
talk
is
about- yeah.
another podcast.
When's the topic turn?
Right. So
then-
let's go with
No,
COVID
that's
again.
I feel.
I truly think that we should open up and but we definitely should have some restrictions.
Okay. We should have shut down at the beginning of the year whenever
We
it started
definitely
growing
should've.
up.
But I
But
feel
But
like
our
people
president
didn't
thought
take
it was a hoax.
seriously.
So
Yeah.
Oh,
we
of
need
course.
a president who needs to take
No,
stuff
I
seriously.
feel like
Well, I think he did take it
wait,
seriously.
let Matrix speak.
I feel like we took it as a joke at the beginning, for real, for real.
Wasn't
Trump's
January a
still
month
putting
of
it in
as
memes?
soon as it started getting serious, everybody started taking it more seriously. But some people still think it's a
The
joke.
only reason it wasn't it started in December, right?
I
Maybe
don't
even
know.
no.
December. It started December 27th.
Yeah, the only reason it didn't
That's 6 days
spread during that period of time was because everybody was staying indoors because of the cold.
And it was also because it hadn't traveled to the United States yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was Christmas time. Most of the people were inside
Yeah,
with their
exactly.
family. So
And also it had just started. So again, my opinion is that I think he did a pretty good job. Like, let's think about it. If something happens, like every year we have, like, let's think about the Ebola thing, which is definitely serious. We can all agree Ebola is
Okay.
very serious,
very
but
serious.
it never came.
It came to the U.S. Only 2 people died because
Right.
Obama
actually-
took it seriously.
Exactly.
Whoa,
Obama and the pandemic team.
He created a pandemic team and
I
Trump
thought
just
that-
got rid of it.
It wasn't
he
Obama.
traded it out. He traded it out.
For what?
A different group.
Oh, so
traded out for
Obama
that
didn't create
wall.
the pandemic team.
Who did?
It
Yeah.
was the president before him.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was the president before him?
I don't remember, but it was after 9/11. They made a
Oh, George
pandemic
W.
team.
Bush.
Yeah.
Yeah. George H.W. Bush.
Shut up.
George Herbert Washington Bush.
Did he just die?
Yeah. No.
No.
Wait. No, that was the first Bush.
I can't
Yeah.
say anything.
Okay, I was about to say.
This is dad.
Yeah.
Felt a little disrespectful.
No, it's alright. It's alright.
It's fine.
So
I feel if we open up restaurants again,
what?
they should have.
Also speaking to your
What's it
microphone.
called? I feel like if we do open up restaurants again, there shouldn't be as many workers because they're all in that little tight space back there.
I agree.
And they're all brushing past each other. Somebody could be sick and nobody know, and then it spreads around the whole entire kitchen. But I feel like if we do open up restaurants back up, just don't hire as many people, have different people working different days. I feel like if there is a certain amount of people back there, at least 5 or 6.
Okay.
No more than that.
Speaking of that, since you said not to have that many people in the, or what's called, employed.
Employees.
Yeah, not employed. A lot of people shouldn't be employed during this time, which makes sense.
But how are people supposed to make a living then?
That's what I'm...
Right,
That's
which,
why
which
we
is the
have-
counter
This is what I'm
argument.
about to ask. Should we have a universal basic income for pandemics? Like,
What
if
is
people
that?
can't go to work, should we be able to cancel rent for the people
No.
who can't do that?
No.
I feel like
no,
if we
because
do
someone
that,
Should
someone
definitely
always
be
has to
lowered.
make you always have to make money and you always have to spend money, correct?
But
Yeah.
if you stop paying
Technically,
rent, then
yes.
how are they supposed to keep up with the building?
Right.
Because there's lights, there's water.
yeah, how are you gonna
there's
pay-
heat, there's electricity,
And then
there's all that.
how are you
They
going to
have
pay for
for
that?
all
How are you
that.
going to pay for this? How are you going to pay for food? And it all comes down to what do you need, and something goes away every day. So you
And then
have
I
to
feel
spend
like-
money every single day you live.
Personally,
like-
I think we should have just had another check because
Oh, yeah,
People
the
with big
stimulus check. Only $600 for, like, the whole year.
I
Do you think that's enough?
I don't think you're supposed to live on the stimulus check. I think you're supposed to go out and get a job. I think people should be more serious. I see too many workers with the mask below their nose.
That's stupid.
that should
That-
be a
that's-
problem. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty.
For real.
That's,
I feel like that's an immediate
invalidating
health
the
cost.
mask.
if you are
Right.
a worker,
'Cause you
you,
can still
should
get it.
know not to.
Yeah, like
let it just go below
I
your
see
nose.
restaurants
I see
and
everybody doing
like
that.
at general stores and drug stores and literally everywhere I go, people with mask under their nose, which is invalidating the mask and honestly, it
It destroys the point.
right.
basically.
So we need
It
to
really does.
say to people, "Hey, don't be stupid. Put the mask over your nose and stop doing this." If we have if yes, go ahead.
When I was in the store the other day, I was one of the only people wearing masks, and there was these 2 old ladies, and they were like laughing at us. They weren't wearing masks at all, and that personally made me feel invalidated. Because
Oh,
hello?
Keep going. Sorry. Keep going.
and I just think it should be a requirement in stores, honestly, because why would you even go out in public if you're not going to take precautions for a global
Okay,
pandemic?
here's the counter argument. Thank you. Is my mask my body? But
I have a nice
I
body.
No, the point of the mask is not to protect yourself; it's to protect others,
Others,
from
it's,
you.
right.
it's common courtesy.
Because if you get it, then that's going to stop the
Right.
stuff from going out.
honestly, we just need to have this instillment that in people that hey, we should just wear masks. It's for the
Okay.
better and everything else. It shouldn't be. We shouldn't be like, hey, if you're not wearing a mask, you're gonna get fined. It's gonna be it's illegal. But we need to instill this in the population of the people
I
that
feel like if
wearing a
you're
mask is the right thing to do.
Not caught.
Let me talk.
I feel like if you're working and you're not caught with a mask on, I feel like you should like get a warning at least. And then if you don't keep following that procedure, you should get fired because you're not following precautions.
Nick's literally bouncing up and down because we won't
Okay,
let him
no,
speak.
I want to ask a question.
What?
Okay. Speaking of your freedoms about my mask, my choice, I'm going to ask a question that's going to instill a lot of, I forgot what it's called, a lot of podcasts down the line. And we all live in America, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, of course.
Some-
Okay,
Somewhat.
this question. America's founded on freedom. Has our freedom gone too far?
I feel like they're kind of taking away our human rights, but I feel like it's for a good reason.
Okay.
I don't
But-
think we should take away rights. Again, I think it should be based upon. I truly think it should be based upon beliefs and common courtesy that we need to instill in the human and the population. That hey, wearing a mask is the right thing to do right now. It shouldn't be illegal, but like, think about it. It's like putting a glass on a Bible, like putting a glass of water on the Bible. it's not illegal, but it's something that people tell you to not do, right? Or flipping someone off when you're driving a car.
I do that all the
It's
time.
just rude, and
Right.
people are gonna dislike you if you do those
It's
things.
the courtesy, and that's what we need to instill in people, that, hey, it shouldn't be illegal, but you should definitely wear a
I
mask.
feel like we should do it in different types of ways because I feel like since there's kids, teens, and adults, they're all not gonna process the facts
Especially
the
little
same
kids.
way. Like little kids, I feel like
2
we should break it
year olds,
down.
they're not gonna wear the mask. They're
I feel
gonna
like
trade
we
each
should
other
break
down.
it
we
down,
need
like,
to we
better.
need to reach out to the adult population in some way, and we should. Sorry, yeah,
feel like
for
the adults,
truly
they're
saying
not
this, but I
taking
feel
it
like
as serious.
I feel like the signs that say wear a mask do absolutely nothing.
Yeah, because people
It
don't-
should be more
people
like
care about their
aggressive.
pride more
Right.
than helping others. They care more about themselves than helping others.
I-
Other countries like Canada, Norway, and New Zealand. New Zealand, they haven't had a case in 100
yeah.
days except like a couple of weeks, like a week ago. And it's because they listened to they had a president or a prime minister, I'm not sure what,
Prime minister?
that had common sense.
Pretty sure.
And he told everyone to wear a mask or stay inside. And they listened because they knew the dangers of COVID.
Nick, isn't New Zealand's leader a woman? You said he.
Sorry, I don't know.
What you trying to say? She's a trans?
Shut up.
Is that what we're doing
Can't be
now?
offensive. on
no,
this.
no, no.
No, I'm sorry. But yeah, okay. She had common sense, and she told everyone to stay inside or wear a mask if you have to go outside. And they did because they knew how dangerous COVID was. And so they didn't have a case for 100 days until there was somebody who broke the rules, went out to a country, got COVID, and brought it back to their family. There's only like 4 cases now, and there's in one family, and they told them to stay inside or else you will get fined.
Like in Italy, isn't it like wasn't it illegal to go outside for a while?
Yeah,
like
they had so many people
Italy was like
that
a-
they were literally on lockdown.
Italy was the first hot zone. Like
Because they had
first
the most
100
deaths.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And their president realized how bad it was, and they told them to stay inside or else you will get fined.
You guys remember?
I feel like they should provide gloves and masks.
No, that should be your responsibility to do that.
But what if
No,
But
for
if-
the employees, yes, obviously, but for the customers, if you want to go
I
out
feel
there,
like-
you should bring a mask.
I was saying for the employees, if you would have let me finish my sentence.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did cut him off there.
Shut up.
And then I feel like you know, like how they have no shoes, no service, no shirt, no service. I feel like if you're not wearing a mask, you shouldn't be served
Yeah, no.
because like you're not following.
I
the
feel like
rules.
people will take that very personally, especially the.
It's
No
doing
offense to any
say-
right wingers here, but the right wingers are the ones getting most upset about the mask precautions.
But at the same time, we're trying to keep people safe and corona free. But at the same time, I gotta understand from where they're coming from because like having a piece of cloth over your mouth, it is kind of annoying.
But it doesn't
But at the
hurt you in
same
any
time,
way.
you're
And-
helping the community so that we
Yeah.
can get back to doing what we were doing
It
before this
doesn't
even happened.
It doesn't stop your breathing unless you have a very
It's
severe.
proven.
Sometimes it's
asthma.
hard to breathe through those masks.
It can be
to
hard
me.
to breathe, but
Alright,
it's proven that.
Yeah.
It's
you
proven
get-
it's
It
effective.
can't suffocate you.
But it
Yeah.
can.
You remember that YouTube video that
Yeah.
23-year-old he smoked a whole
We
pack of
already
cigarettes.
talked about
he had
this,
asthma.
Nick.
He wore 10 masks.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
ran around the track a couple of times. And
When-
he
You're
still-
on a mile.
yeah.
I told you
But
guys
not
this
all
earlier.
people are the same, though, Nick, is what you're not
I
understanding.
know. I understand that.
All people are
If-
different. Some people can wear masks, some people can't.
And if you can't wear the mask, you should not be allowed outside. Because if you get it, there's a very high likelihood that you will die.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
But
That's-
people
Go.
don't understand that. They care more about their pride.
Again, I don't think we should make it illegal because I think that's taking away rights. But I definitely think we should instill in the population this general courtesy and idea.
I'm sorry, but if the majority of the population doesn't listen to common sense, we should have to take away rights in order to protect everybody.
But the Constitution says never take away your rights.
The Constitution is stupid. The Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. Okay. I just want to talk about this.
Nick,
We're not going to make a whole
You're
topic
getting
about
a
it.
bit left wing over here.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Okay. You know the Second Amendment right to bear arms. We're the only country that have a constitutional right to bear arms. Us, Mexico, Guatemala. We have
Guatemala?
shut up.
Guatemala.
We have the highest school
Guacamole?
shooting rate in the world. We had like what
We-
1,000 this last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have more than one
Every
a
other
day.
country had no more than 5.
The ones with gun restrictions had barely any.
Yeah.
Well, that's because
Exactly.
they don't have guns.
we need
but,
to have background
but look
checks.
at their other crime rates, like robbery, higher, rape, higher. Okay, it's not.
Police.
It's
No,
not
I
the
agree
idea.
I agree with other people. I agree with people owning guns. You just need to have a background check. No one should
Better
have a gun
background
over
checks.
Yeah.
higher than a pistol.
And it
don't-
shouldn't take
sorry.
like 10 minutes
Nope, I'm
walking to
getting a
Walmart,
Glock. I
get
don't
a
know
gun
what
and
you
leave.
talking
Yeah, because
about.
we went to Walmart today to get these mics.
Oh yeah,
right?
we
And
we saw.
we saw a guy with a family with their kids grabbing 2 guns.
I think we should just have better gun
I
education.
feel like if you're
Yeah.
going to get a gun, don't
We're,
have no
we're
children
getting
around
off
you.
topic.
Because
no, it's okay to get off topic.
no, because the only reason the school shootings are happening is because there's no restrictions on the.
No, I
people
feel
who
like
own
there should
guns.
be an age limit.
No,
Isn't
no,
there an
the
age
pe-
limit
the-
to have a gun?
the mom and dad buy the guns and then their kids steal them. There should be higher.
just higher gun education.
you-
honestly.
Yeah.
I feel
I
You have
like,
a gun,
yeah.
you need to take care of those. You need to take them from your
Yeah,
kids.
you need to
Yeah.
have
No,
a
They
safe.
should not
Safe.
know
Yeah,
where that
safe.
is.
It should be illegal to not have a
But
safe.
some parents
If
give
you have a
guns
gun, you
to
need a
their
safe
kids.
to keep it in, so your kids don't grab it
Yeah.
and start shooting up a school.
So
But what if it's
and
self-defense?
we just need
How are
higher
they
gun
supposed to get
education
in?
and
I'm sorry.
higher health concerns. Like this isn't none of this thing is about race. All right,
No.
you know. It's none of this is about
Stats don't
race.
care about
It's
your feelings.
when people shoot up schools, it's about targeting those who hurt them and targeting.
There should be higher mental health.
Right.
facilities.
If
higher-
you have to shoot up a
Yeah,
school,
that's
that means
why-
There should
something
be-
That's why a
deeply
lot
is
of
really
people
going
want
on
free
with you.
healthcare and free.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't.
Free mental
Okay,
health help.
the reason why healthcare is so expensive is because physicians charge a lot. All right,
That's their fault.
and the reason why is because school is expensive. So how do we make school cheaper? We instill the government to have not pay for school.
You shouldn't-
but
no.
okay, education should be cheap.
Yeah, you
I
should
true
not
belief.
be punished for wanting a higher education.
Right. Which
Because if you go to college, you're paying $55,000 when you're
And
only making
they should-
$7
we need to cut
an hour.
out like a lot of things
Exactly
that
why
cause
I'm
school
not
to be
going to
expensive.
college.
Truly, I don't think there should be college sports because that sucks a lot of money. For collegiate sports to exist, it sucks a lot
Okay,
of money.
yeah, I agree with that. No, okay, pro sport players like Patrick Mahomes, he had a 10-year, $500 million contract. No pro sports player should ever get paid that much. You're not doing anything important. You're
I
not
think-
helping people. You're not saving lives. You're not teaching people.
Well, I
But
think
then
I think
that's
that's
how they
okay to
make
make a
their
lot of
living,
money
though.
because you're being
if
a
you want to
public
make a
figure.
living, you should
No, but
you should
like,
go into
You
doctoring,
don't understand.
nursing.
People do get paid for doing college and stuff. That's probably
Right.
sometimes how they make a living. And plus, that's how people
I-
make the NBA and like all that stuff.
I
That's
think
why
they
they're
should
into
stop
sports.
giving away scholarships and stop giving away sports scholarships.
Okay, but
these
you-
kids don't even go to school for the education.
Okay, no.
They go to school just to
No.
go to be in a sport.
Like me, okay? I play football. One of the only reasons is because I don't want to pay $55,000 whenever I get out
Right.
of college. Because I
And
only make
then
seven.
the-
Because whenever my dad went to college, he had to work like 100 hours to pay off his whole 4 years of college. But for us, we have to work like what 300. That's that.
300,
It has
400,
definitely gone up.
Yeah,
300
it's
to
gone.
400
Our
depending on how
the
much you're
college
making.
cost has gone up like what 2,000 because of inflation. While
Not just $2,000.
no,
it's-
2,000%.
Yeah, I
Because
see
of
that.
inflation. While our I forgot what it's called. While our minimum wage has gone up only like what 20%. 20%.
Yeah.
It's went from $1 to $7.
Well, I think if everything's cheaper, you can buy more things and you can have more freedom. Are you wanting to speak?
Yeah. What's up,
I think he wants to speak.
Matrix? What's up?
Nothing. I just wanted to do that. I was bored.
All right, so
Anyway.
go back. Keep talking.
So, truly, if college is expensive, we need to cut a lot of things out. All right, and if we cut out a lot of things, then we have to pay for less. So, scholarships.
I personally feel like, what's the point of college? Because half the time,
Right.
when people go
Yeah, like
to
the
college,
richest
they
people-
don't end up doing what they
Yeah.
paid 4 years to do.
The richest
They end up
people in
right back in that
America-
McDonald's drive-through.
Because they have to pay that back right
but-
now.
No, I'm just saying, like, if it's already paid for, and you end up right back where you started, then what was the point of you wasting 4 more years of your life?
No, if you go to
I
college,
feel like if you do go to college, go for a reason that you're actually gonna go for.
no.
Don't just switch your things every single year.
A big reason why most college people who go to college and not do anything important in life is because they have to pay that back as soon as possible. There's a time limit on it. There's like a 5-year time limit. I'm not sure, but
No, it's like 10 years. It's like a
10 years.
decade.
Okay,
have to
but you
pay up
can't get
college loans.
you can't get like you can't become a doctor in 10 years, right?
Right.
Because you have to have a
can.
certain amount of
Hours.
Yeah.
and a certain amount of years. But
have to
need
work.
to pay, you need to pay that college debt back.
I just if we can get college to be cheaper, Then we don't
Yes.
need the government to pay for it, which we would have to pay other people. Like, let's look at Sweden. All right. What are we doing?
Nothing. Go. Keep going.
Oh shit. Ah crap! I talked.
We are talking a lot today.
It's good. We still have 30 minutes.
All right, sick.
All right,
So-
Sweden.
We're doing pretty good actually. Besides 22 minutes.
And we can always cut this down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can always. We gotta cut out 22 minutes. We gotta cut out
Let's
at
not
22
bring
minutes.
that up.
And then
Let's not bring that up. Let's not bring that up.
Okay,
know
we're gonna have to
what?
cut this out. Don't talk about 22 minutes.
that's cool.
What's up?
We just talked about 3 topics in one thing, so we don't
Okay,
have to
we're
just
not
talk
done.
about one thing.
Okay, go back.
We're
to
not done, dude. We can do another 10 minutes and,
And then
then we
I
can chill out.
also
Keep
feel
going.
like
Go back. Go back to Sweden.
So Sweden, I feel like they have really high taxes, but that's the only place where it's like really good to be a middle class family. Think about if you're a businessman, you're trying to make it on your own. You have to pay this, you have to pay that. It's hard to start a business when there's high taxes. And guess what happens when you start a new business? You get new ideas, you get new things. If we didn't have all these new ideas and new businesses starting out, we wouldn't progress forward. So truly, if you're looking for progress in the world, we shouldn't try to start these new. We shouldn't try to punish starter businesses.
Yeah.
Okay. And promote living like a middle class family, which nothing's wrong with living as a middle class family. I mean, we're in a middle class home right now.
I'm sorry. Okay. Workers like the people who work at Amazon. They are the foundation of Amazon. If they all quit, Amazon's bankrupt in a couple of years.
But so is Jeff Bezos. If Jeff Bezos was like, nah, screw it, and he shut down it, all these people would be out of jobs. So
Okay.
it goes hand in hand.
Okay, but he should raise his minimum wage. Right?
Can't
yeah.
he?
No, he
Isn't
should.
it proven that he can like pay off his like 113th grandson down the line for college? Like
Yeah.
if he does it every single year.
Yeah, he definitely could.
He has
But
$139 billion. He can raise the minimum wage for Amazon employees because they don't get paid.
he definitely
a lot.
could, but what about the expansion of his company? If he didn't expand his company, then he couldn't pay as many people. If he raises minimum wage for himself, like
No.
for everyone else,
Yeah.
then guess what? He can't pay
But
further
the
people
workers are
down
the
the
most
line.
important people because if they don't work for them, if they don't work for you, you're pretty screwed.
Yeah, but guess what? If the workers are like, hey, guess what? We want everything to be, we want to get paid more, then we're just going to switch to using machines. Today, machines can do so many things. There's a McDonald's that uses only machines.
That's sad.
You guys have seen that, right?
yes.
You
There's
should-
there's a McDonald's that only uses machines.
There's gonna be a time down the road where there's just gonna be a national revolt, a world revolt against machines because they're taking away the jobs.
Yeah. So
That's what I feel.
in my personal opinion on like minimum wage is that so when I turned 14, like when I just turned 14, I was actually looking to get a job working with antiques because I always thought they were really cool, and I wanted to do something because I'd learn every day. You know, I'd learn about the items I was selling. But the problem was that no one could afford to pay because minimum wage had just turned $10. $10 an hour, which no one had enough money to do that. So if minimum wage had been lower, like $4, $5, I would have gotten paid. Instead, I made $0 instead of making $5
Okay,
an hour.
but if you're making only $5 out of what $10 now,
Yeah.
then whenever you go to college, you're not gonna be able to. I forgot what it's called. You're not gonna be able to pay that back for another times 2 that year. So like if you had $10 an hour and you can pay that back in like 5 years, and you're gonna have to work 10 years to pay that back.
I completely understand that.
So if you want to lower minimum wage, you should also lower everything else.
Right, which is my entire thought. If you have less, everything is cheaper, then you have more freedom. Like, so, and I think it should be encouraged to work forward in life. I don't think the baseline job shouldn't be where you stop. I think you should always try to progress farther and make more jobs and do more in life than just, hey, screw it, I'm at a gas station. I swear to God, Matrix, you're on your phone.
Come on, man.
Thank you.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
Sorry.
This is about minimum wage. A study was conducted by a pretty famous college. I'm pretty sure it was Yale. That raising the minimum wage to $15 would actually boost our economy.
Okay, so back
Do you guys want to wrap up? I mean, we talked about a lot.
We're pretty good.
Are we just gonna call this like
This is our first
Corona
podcast.
plus minimum wage?
Corona, jokes, minimum wage, other countries, and Trump.
Can we have a whole episode about Trump?
Yeah.
I'm very interested.
Corona. Just
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
like the two major talking points.
All right, so who wants to wrap us up?
Okay. So everyone, this is Teen Discuss. Don't take this seriously because we're just kids. We haven't learned anything yet, and that's pretty much it. Say bye, everyone. I'm Nike.
I'm Lucas.
A Matrix.
I'm Grace.
This was Teen Discuss. Goodbye.